My AHA journey began, believe it or not, 100 years ago with my great-grandfather. He was a school teacher in a one-room schoolhouse in West Virginia. And one day he was given a test and the kids were all busy with their test. And when they got finished, they all looked up and my great-grandfather was there with his head in his hands. They waited for almost an hour and finally they elected one of the kids to go wake him up. They thought he was just taking a nap and turned out he had passed away, and it was a heart attack. So in 1971, my dad had his first heart attack. He was just in his mid-30s. I was 6 months old. I'm the youngest of 3 kids. At that point, he really couldn't go back to work. It had done so much damage to his heart. So he was pretty ill throughout the rest of his life. And then in 1986, he had his last of several heart attacks that finally took his life. Growing up, because of my dad, I was really aware, probably more so than my friends, of heart disease and how it can affect your life. So when events like Jump Rope for Heart back in the early 80s came around, I was always participating and raised a little money and jumped a little rope, and that was kind of my first real exposure to the American Heart Association. My brother Steve, he's the middle child, and he had heart problems throughout his life. He had several stents put in. He was no stranger to heart disease. He had a genetic disorder that predisposed him to liver disease. So he ended up with liver disease, and our whole family rallied around him, and we were determined to get him a liver transplant. But because of his heart history, he was denied the opportunity to be put on the liver transplant list. So he passed away in 2018 at the age of 57. In March of 2021, I was out in front of the house cleaning the windows, and I got the telltale sign. I got the chest pain, chest discomfort, pain down my left arm, and I knew this was my heart attack. I knew it was my turn to have the heart problem. So it kind of went away after a couple minutes, and I came to the porch and sat down for a few minutes, and it hit again.
He said, call 911, and I think I said something to the fact with, I need to go wash my face. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. Things were running through my head so fast. I had to get dressed. I couldn't go out like this. He's having a heart attack, and how do we get him to the hospital quick enough?
And it was determined that I had 3 pretty severe blockages, and I was put on the schedule to get a triple bypass. Between the emergency room, ICU, cardiac care, through rehab, every step of the way, AHA was mentioned. AHA guidelines, the AHA recommends this. You know, I knew AHA was a great organization. I work for Advanced Auto Parts, and it's the organization that we really focus on to help in our communities. But I didn't know specifically what they did. I know it was great. I knew, you know, they did good things, but then I started to learn the things that they do that really make a difference in people's lives, including mine. Diet, exercise, what does the rehab look like? What do the procedures look like? The testing. I knew about CPR training, but now I know a whole lot more.
When I need information, I go to the American Heart Association website because I expect that to be where everything is compiled and easy to access so that I don't have to do a broad internet search.
The American Heart Association started around the same time that my great-grandfather had that heart attack in 1924. So because of the work you guys have done over the past century, it's had a huge impact on my life. And you know, for me, I plan to live another 50 years. So thank you for everything you've done, and to everyone who supports the American Heart Association. It really does make a difference in individuals' lives.
Let's go, come on, let's go. We're gonna just keep going and move on. I mean, there's no point in sitting around and stewing about it, because then you're not going to experience life.